Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today we're going to be making flatbread pizzas. This is a family favorite in our house. Sometimes you can make them all different ways, but today we're going to do just pepperoni and cheese. To get started, we are going to preheat our oven over here on 400 degrees. And while that's preheating over here on the oven, I have a pizza pan. You could do this on a regular cookie sheet as well, but this is a pizza pan. I like easy cleanup, so I've got a piece of aluminum foil on here. Typically what I do is just use the pan spray. Spray your either your foil, or you could also do this directly onto the pan, either or. And what we're going to do is open up our flatbread shells here, and these ones are like the artisan flatbread pizza shells. You can find these in your local grocery store. I get these at Aldi's all the time, but you can also get these at like Walmart or something simple. There's also another brand that I use called Nan. Those come in a 2 or 4 pack, and they also come smaller for the little kids. So once we've got this going, we are going to open up our sauce. And we just use a simple tomato sauce here. 1 can of the regular tomato sauce. And what I do is I just pour that into a little container, because sometimes my children like to dip the sauce after into their pizza once it's cooked off. So I take a tablespoon of the sauce. I use about 2 tablespoons per pizza. And this one, it makes enough for four people. So once you got the 2 tablespoons, you're just going to use the back end of your spoon, spread your sauce out. And this is like, you know, however much you like. If you like it really saucy, then go for it. If you don't like the real saucy pizza. And I try not to go all the way to the edge, because it gets kind of messy once you put your toppings on. So what I do is I kind of leave like a border so it doesn't get too messy on you. So you use that back end of your spoon, spread that out. And we're going to hold the rest of the sauce for dipping for afterwards. And then at this point, what I do is I go ahead and I season my sauce on my bread here. So this right here is garlic powder. And I put a little of that for flavor. And then I use Italian seasoning. You could also use oregano, whichever you prefer. A little bit of that. And then cracked pepper. You just liberally like kind of go over it and crack your pepper on here. Okay, and then you're gonna do your cheese. And this is the shredded mozzarella, part skim, low moisture mozzarella. You can use whatever you like if you prefer the Romano mix, or one that is a little bit different than this one, like the Monterey, whatever kind of cheese you prefer, but this is the mozzarella. And you could do the finely, this one is just a regular shred. So you're covering your sauce with your cheese. And this is a 8-ounce bag. You can probably get about 2 pizzas worth out of this bag. And you just kind of want to spread it out. Okay, now that you've got your cheese, I'll just finish this bag off. Now that I've got my cheese on here, I'm gonna go ahead and add my toppings, and your toppings can be whatever you like. Now this is Hormel pepperoni, just the little tiny ones. You can use a little bit bigger slices. You can do all kinds of different toppings with these. These are really simple because you can get them really inexpensively at the store. Like these right here were only $1. So Dollar Tree, $1. You could buy the pepperoni in the pouch. You could get the boar's head if you prefer boar's head. But it's just a simple pepperoni. This is a regular pork pepperoni, but you could do turkey pepperoni if you're into that. So now we're just going to lay our pepperonis on here. And no certain way, just however much you like or how do you like it on there. And then we're going to do our second one. And sometimes when I do these, I do different varieties for just depending on who's here and what they like. We do a Hawaiian one here at the house, and sometimes we do some fun ones that we've started doing, which are ones that have different vegetables like arugula, some that maybe have onions and some vegetables to spice it up. This, we add a little bit of our bacon toppings. These are just real bacon bits. And just to give it a little bit more meaty flavor, we add those crumbles to the top. And this can be sort of like your sausage if you want a little bit quicker and easier. It already comes pre-cooked. Okay. So then what we're going to do, we've got all our seasonings on here. I always like a little bit more pepper. Looks good for a finished look when you finish. So I do a little bit more pepper on top. If you're not big on pepper, then you could leave that step out. But so basically, once you've got them ready to go, you've got all your sauce, your toppings on, you're gonna wait for your oven to finish preheating, and then you're gonna stick these in for 10 minutes. So we're gonna get ready to do that in just a moment. So waiting on our oven. Once our oven gets preheated, we'll be putting these in for about 10 minutes. Hey guys, so we're back and we're gonna go ahead. Our oven is preheated to 400 degrees. We've got our 2 flatbread or naan pizzas, whichever you decide to use. This is flatbread. These are going in the oven. And I usually put them on the top rack, because if you put them on the bottom, sometimes they'll start to brown a little too fast. So you don't want them to do that. So we're going to go ahead and set our timer for 10 minutes. Sometimes what I do is at that 10-minute mark, I'll look at them, and if they're not brown enough, we can take them off of the pan and put them directly on the rack so that the bottom gets brown. So we will let those cook, and then shortly we'll be eating our flatbread pizza. Alright guys, so we're going to check on our flatbread pizzas over here, and our timer went off. So this is what they look like, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull them out. At this point, what I like to do is, even though they're done on the outside and the cheese is nice and melted, the bottoms of them are light. So what I do is I use a longer spatula like I'm using here, and I slide them directly onto the rack. Cheese is melted together here. I slide them directly onto the rack without the pan. This way, the bottoms can brown really well. So we're going to put that in just like so, and usually I kind of eyeball this at this point, but I would say at least 3 minutes or so. That way we can get a nice brown coating on the bottom. So we'll check on it in about 3 minutes, and then we should be ready to serve. So we're going to wrap it up, and it looks like our pizzas are done. So we are going to pull them out. Sorry guys, my glasses get all fogged up. That's the worst part about wearing glasses. as you can see now, they're brown on the bottom, nice and toasty. Okay, so these are our flatbread pizzas. So what we normally do is, I normally, before I serve them, you know, you want to let them cool down just a little bit because they're really, really hot. But the other thing that you can do is we cut them into like personal style. So I normally just use scissors, very easy to do with your kitchen shears, and cut them into squares. So each person could have like 4, and I'll show you what I mean. You would cut each one of these flatbreads in half. This is a lot easier when you do the naan because the naan comes in individual size portions. So guys, this is the basic finish finale on our flatbread pizzas for today. And like I said, this meal is really inexpensive. This is about a $10 meal or less, actually, this one. So if you like this and you like our recipe and you'd love to see more recipes like this, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and come back and view other recipes and other ideas for meal preps. And we'd love to see you again. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you.